to show you guys the very beginning, uh, basically how the turbo is in and everything. I think I was radiator and I didn't even realize my phone had fell. So everything I probably showed you for the past, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. I don't know how long ago it fell, but it was probably useless. So I think I was explaining that the hose on this side, I'm obviously going to need a longer hose because it doesn't really sit very far. So when I want to, extend it out just a little bit more, only maybe a couple inches, you can see that it's going to end up against the turbo because of how short this one is. So that'll be one of the things I'll change. Right now, for the turbo kind of rubbing up against it, it's okay until I get the new radiator and the new hose. Bottom hose, honestly, does perfectly fine. It has enough length to be moved a little further, so it wouldn't be any issue. Yeah, that's how the turbo's in. Turbo downpipe, wideband going into the car. Basically, just overturn, down smear, and oil feed down up here smear. Now the oil feed, I'm running from the oil cooler. That works out perfectly fine. You could also do it from the oil pressure sensor, the stock one that's in there. But with these cars, I mean, unless you're replacing the sensor too, more than likely that shit's gonna break because it's plastic. So it was smarter to just run it into the adapter I already had. But I did it previously on the other car with the oil pressure sensor, and I broke it. Yeah, so let me put you guys back in position and continue working. But yeah, like you guys can see, the intercooler, oil cooler, bash bar, they're just zip tied together just to make it easy to put on and off. Just kind of move around so I could tuck it to the side when I need to take it out the front end and work on the car. And as you can see, super easy to take it for the front end. I don't know if you guys are watching yet, but if you did, or were, you'd see that it probably took, realistically, 10 minutes, maybe 15, to take apart the whole front end. Now let's see how good this is recording now. I don't want it to fall over again. There we go. That's decent. You guys can't really see the underneath of the car, but I'll probably show that after. So right now, we're gonna pull the turbo out, put the new turbo in. I believe these are 13s in the back. Let's see. So, remember, I just did this. I literally just pulled it on. That was good enough. Now, if I want to finagle it, I can finagle it. You know, I'm sure you people are like, what the fuck is a finagle? It's a word I made up. Take off these 413s that are connecting to this little adapter I have. Because the stock, well, the one I bought was very cool. You get a version with a V-band, you get a version with the 4-bolt setup. And originally, before I knew about the turn down, I did just a 4-bolt setup. So I should have did just a straight V-band, but it probably would have got more space. The turbo would have gone a little further back. But you know what? Then the exhaust further up, so I don't know if it would have fit. So I know it fits like this, so I have mine doing it. Like I said, it's still pretty easy to take on and out. So put in and out of the car. But if you think about it, 15 minutes to move the front end, which makes it the easiest to do this because obviously you have more space. I can just like walk up on the thing. So. 15 minutes to take apart the front end, 15 minutes to take out the turbo. That's a 30-minute turbo job though. Probably the best. But I could do it. I'm sure I could do it without removing the front end too, because I've done it before. It would probably just take maybe 10 minutes longer. So maybe 25, 30 minutes. Was out. Look at that, guys. Turbo is out. Under exhaust, in my opinion. When I put the turbo back in, I'll just bolt it to the exhaust, put it back on. Take no time. And I know you guys probably can't see it, but there's all kinds of oil. All kinds of oil coming from the intake side of the turbo, which is proof that the seal was blown. It blew oil into the intake side, which a little bit, you know, you'll be all right, but a lot, you'll fuck the car up. So hopefully, I didn't fuck my car up. I only ran it like one time, just to see that everything would run, make sure everything was good. And I think I ran it maybe a second time, actually. I'm not gonna lie. The second time was because I was thinking about selling this car. I just didn't have the time. Now, kind of, still just don't have time, so I could not get rid of the car. I'm sure some of you know that feeling. You're like about to give up. You're like, fuck it, take my car, please. Then you're like, I really want to fucking complete this project. It'll be the first time I've ever turboed a car. Turboed a non-turbo car. I've definitely done turbos in previously already turbocharged cars, like my Evo. I changed the turbo on that with my tuner. So, swaps here and there, there, there. So I no longer really need these gaskets. I kept reusing them because I kept taking things on and off. But new turbo should come with new gaskets, so should be fine. And you can see where I ran the return, just straight rubber hose. Now I have to cut it obviously because I have to put the fitting in. That fitting is way too small. It's not gonna work. I don't know who I read that said it was a 4AN, but they were wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. This thing is time. So, one thing that I still need is the fitting. What I'll use this for, never know. Something, someday. Maybe the top is 4AN. I don't know. go. Oh, stop for you guys. Sorry. All the gaskets and stuff. Cool. Damn, it's hot out here. Cheese wars. Where did I put the cheese wars? Cheese wars. Probably put these things down like 6 times. Forgot about everything. Here we go. What's up? Let's see what you guys can see. I don't know how to position this well for you guys. You can see the turbo and everything that I'm doing. I had it good before. Oh, well, whatever. Let's hope it don't fall. Right? Alright. Alright, bro. Somebody's calling. I wonder if that's going to interrupt the stream. Nope. That's fine. Old Tursky. Now we gotta clock the new Tursky if you like the old Tursky. Now if you guys don't know what I mean by clock it, basically rotate the housing. So, for example, houses like that, stock it, or the way it comes from the factory, is like a little different. But if I remember correctly, these are 13s. Housing, the intake housing. You don't pick them all the way out. Turbo. Since I already have how I had it set up prior. Usually you wait and tighten these once it's in the car and driving it twisted. I'll tighten it just a little bit. Just turn this. Needs to kind of go like plastic now. The other issue I'm gonna have is I have to clock the feed and return as well. Those, I don't know what size they are. I think they're 10. So let's see. You could do it usually by loosening up the exhaust housing portion of it too, but I like to keep that tight. Okay, so 10, 12. And I got my 13, so. My tea went from cool tea to hot tea. Alright, you gotta see how tight this sucker is. I don't even know. Obviously. Let me try to do it on the exhaust port. I'm just getting this rid of it. If I remember correctly, these were on. Okay. Well, that one was on. when I got this. So this wasn't too bad. So I got it. Come on. We had to use the open sides. Weird, but hey, yeah. Oh, sorry, Turbo. Y'all didn't see that. It'll be alright though. No, these things aren't as delicate. They're delicate, but not delicate. Alright, that's the sorry if I'm in you guys waiting. Don't want to be inside. Same thing as last night. Like if this hand, like you could get some maneuver with the hand. See? With the lenses. Now you should be able to do certain section. There we go. Like that much red. And they say it could be about 15 degrees. So just about. side. Usually once you've got one of those tight, that's what you want. Torque them down. You don't gotta get it hand tight. Right now, just to fit it. Just take it back out in 15 minutes. That's great. Oh. Daddy might need some water. Little things that take the most time. Alright. Look at that. Bada bing, bada bing. Like I said, I'm going to hook up the exhaust. Shut it first. That turn down. Just goes the way it fits. It's easier if I do that first. Let's look at the rest. And like I said, I think I'll do the oil feed. That'll be a later date. So we'll just leave it off right now. Let's have to get the egg fitting. Alright, let's get this set. Honestly, once you got one bolt on there, kind of just let it hang on the leg. Bolts. Boy. There you go. The phone's still there. I don't know if anybody's watching, but it's pretty quick. So for all the people that want to know how difficult it is to turbo or work on your turbo car, turbo diesel G35, whatever you want to say.
Not that bad. Not that bad. Getting in there, maybe a little more difficult, but
Realistically, it's the under portion of the exhaust is the hardest. Alright, cool.
see what Nick did there? Nick did a bad. So that's the correct one.
They all look the same. This one is the same thing. Right now. All four corners and then take it again all the way. So I don't have to worry about retaking these lines or anything like that. It's tight as it was before. It just means double check. There we go. Which, do your shit right. Little exhaust leak is possible. Use the way. Let's set it back in there. Gotta finagle it, you know what I'm saying? That's the word I use here. A little bit of finagle, finesse. That's what finagle is. There we go.
Let's put our four nuts back on.
Back in its resting place. Same size, same setup. Just hopefully with some good seats. Now, I will admit, this is a $100 turbo. The kit, I probably spent $600. I had to have a section of it welded because it made it a lot easier to put in and kept it from leaking an exhaust leak over in that area. So I probably spent $150 on the welding, or $125, something like that. And that was for the diff and the exhaust to be welded together. But done at the same time. I mean, shit. 14. All right. Turbo is basically in.
He's gonna get the gutta gutta. The dugga dugga.
You guys didn't see that. Yeah. Oh, even better. There we go. This one. I'm good. This is why I also ratchet by hand. I'm less likely to get stick. You guys didn't see nothing. Now I definitely need that water. Let's get this sucker out first. We'll get her tightened up. Alright, throw those in. Okay. Just kidding, getting water.
Phone is still good. Ow. You guys still see everything? Yeah. Alright.
Let's just take this off again. Sorry guys, my finger's in the way or anything. Alright, new turbo's in. Like I said, might have to be some adjustment, might need to be made. Just to clock it a little bit more. What the hell? Oh, the box. Let's see, 327. Who called me? Anybody in play? Probably not. Nope, nobody in play. Okay, cool. So that's in. Let's just put everything back together, because that's all we're really going to do for today is the turbo replacement. I'll probably turn this into like a regular video. And then I'll show you guys the underneath at the end of this video so you guys can see the total of the turbo kit and what it really does take to install it. Alright, let me put you back over here. Let me get my box. Nifty turbo box. Works for me, right? Yeah, you guys can see mostly everything I'm doing now. Might not be able to see the top of me, but you know, I'm not. Good turbo. Okay. So next would be get myself back together. Pretty sure the way the pipe is going to come. Okay, so bada bing, turbo bead. I'll put that in. Asked if it came with the turbo. But came with new bolts too, so oh no, it didn't. I lied. Usually it does. Usually it does. It usually does come with the other bolts, but that's fine. Probably does. Probably somewhere in the box, but not gonna spend extra time. I got good bolts right here. I think I was saying something about this turbo earlier. Yeah, a cheap $100 turbo is just a journal bearing. Probably would get like a ball bearing next. Those usually are better with their seals. Last a bit longer. Take a little bit more for use, I guess. I don't know. I heard journal bearings do just as well. So might stick with just doing the $100 turbo and swap that out. Hopefully, I mean, if it's not something that I can do all the time, then yeah. If it's something that's like every 2 years or something like that. Fine with that. Not really going to be a lot of driving going on with this thing, as it's going to be mainly for a to and from track at the track kind of thing. I'll be able to drive this thing to the track and then tow it home if I need to, or drive it home if I need to. Great. Of course, it'll have no AC, so it'll be a hot ass drive, but we'll see someday. Everybody can afford a trailer and a truck. That's a good precaution. Always get those. Always get the tools you need. Alright. Now we're gonna have to put this front end back together.
You guys ready?
I might just cut it right now. Yeah, fuck it. Why not cut it right now, right? Be back, guys. We're gonna customize something. Disconnect the charger. I don't think I have enough water, because... Alright. I am back. We're ready to cut, I think. Let's see the old tube ski. Here. And let's see the support that
we're about to cut into basically cut the whole midsection out. Alright guys, in today's episode of Nick Does Another Sketchy Thing, a big old my bad, guys. Big old my bad. I am not wearing any safety equipment, so do not do this at home. Wear at least glasses and maybe some hand protective wear so you don't cut your fucking hands off. Me, I'm not really good at taking my own advice, so sorry guys. Like I said, I think I got lazier, not wiser. Stupid shit. I thought you guys knew that. Turn it in a section so that way I know. And now, honestly, the only part I really need to keep because again, there will be shit that's actually going to support it. some support for the headlight. Because I don't want to make a custom thing for that. People do it. I'm sure there's easy ways of doing it too. But fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not radiator support, it's headlight supports. I just wanted to keep that bottom bolt there. Here. Goodbye radiator support. Hello headlight support. Alright, I don't think we'll need to cut anything else, so I'll probably put that back in just a second. Shouldn't be showing you all them good, should I, guys? Oh well. It's hot, I'm dying. Put the headlights in. Now, that will be kind of now you won't have the hood. Probably not the smartest thing to do. But it's doable. I probably should clean it up a little bit more, but hey. Clean is for after everything is done. Car is finished. I gotta be clean now. I gotta be clean later. Alright, guys. We're done finally. We're doing the thing for some time. Look, that way I still have the bolt, the hole for there and there. That way I can put that bitch back on. Excuse me.
Now this I'm going to use the Jack for. He's my friend. My friend Jack. Gonna help me hold up the intercooler, crash support and all that. Because I'm too weak to hold everything all together by myself. And we're good. I'm will, but I never know with the way I do things. Sorry, Jack. My boy Jack, he wasn't prepared for that. And you know, what I do, this makes it easier. I can't hold it for a long period of time on that. There it is. See? Okay. Let's get at least 2 of these guys. These 2 bad boys. Get that longboard on there. We'll try to get this side first. Always kind of seems like these 2 sides.
turn topsy turvy. Hopefully. Let's see how that works. There you go. I still gotta get the bottom ones, but let's go wait for this. I'll get this figured out. Like I said. Close up on that side. Oh. I can hook it up on this side too. Yeah. Go from there. That's the phone too. Still going. All right. We've made a whole hour live stream that didn't fail too much. That's good stuff. Good stuff. There goes me foot. All right. go. Ain't that familiar with me? Alright. Pipe and pipe. It's always good when you pipe, boys. Now, for some reason, this pipe is the hardest pipe in the world for me to get out. I think it's just because I'm rubbing it. Yeah. Could just be. Getting old, guys. I'm 31 now. I feel like I'm ancient. There's other guys out there like, damn, bro, you're like 50. This ain't shit. Fuck you. Ah, that could be one of the things you can do it. There we go. I gotta reconnect the bottom one because I finagled this one too much. Alright, cool. Just put the 10 back on there, tighten that part. Almost annoying part if it pops like that. Or sides and twist when you're turning. Might have tightened that too much. That's why you shouldn't gotta go to everything. But you know what? Gotta go to life. Gotta go to life. Eventually I'll probably have to change some of these clamps too when I'm in boost. But again, just quick putting everything together. I run her, make sure she's good. It will be perfectly fine to change some clamps. But I definitely recommend everything being 2 clamps. Because that'll cause the least leak. Supposed to. Good stuff. See, I got that inner cord. Ain't going nowhere once it's quite thin. So the zip tie only just helps you install it. Don't know if you heard that because my voice is like going out now. Little blood here, little blood there. Be alright. Now we got intake side hooked up, exhaust side, turbo side, all that's hooked up. We'll do another video, another live stream for the gauges and stuff. Maybe I'll just be able to record that from inside the car. Everything's pretty much ran, just hasn't been connected. Alright, not too shabby, right guys? That wasn't that hard. Like I said, the radiator, now we have more support, so I can go wherever I need it to. Get a longer pipe, I'll be able to extend this out a couple inches, but now it's not touching against the turbo, which is a hell of a great thing, okay? Maybe you guys don't understand how good that is, but it's a hell of a great thing. Connect this back to the blow-off valve. Get back in. Last time was pretty easy. This time maybe not so much. Easier to take off than to put on, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Trying to make everything to the point where it's easier to put on and take off. So if I need to take anything off, it don't take long. And yeah, there's a little movement here and there, but still gonna throw in the 2 gigantic zip ties that I do on this side. So I'll put one here, one there. Just gives it a little extra support. And I think we'll be done for the day. Put the bumper back on, yada yada. And I'll show you the bottom. Well, the bottom first. Where? Zip ties. Big boy or small boy? Small boy. I need to be the big boy. Alright, we'll do that in just a moment. Alrighty. Harbor Freight came in clutch with the Gigantor zip ties. Pretty sure I already had a pack open, but too lazy to look for it right now. Where are my scissors? Where are my scissors? Oh. I probably don't need them now. Yeah. Don't need them. So like I said, probably not necessary, but I do it just for extra support. Looks a little ghetto, but whatever. Whatever. Bada bing. And do. You should make brackets one day. The brackets are for the chumps. Good enough. Bada bing, bada boom. Support. That one does. You don't have a phone. That's gonna be so random. Good to go. Alright. We got the most prolonging stuff done today. Chopped up radiator support to give radiator more space so we can get a longer line. Now, what people forget, or people don't know, I don't know, but the bottom line, if you get another lower radiator hose and just cut it, it'll be perfect for up top, and then you just pull it up. And you give you that couple extra inches this way. You don't need a lot of space, maybe just a couple more inches. But now it's not against the turbo. Before it was like against the turbo. Headlights are supported. Everything's good. I didn't tighten those yet, so let me do that. Headlights, intercooler, bash bar, all this should see. Of course, get like an aftermarket bash bar or whatever you want with your car. But for me and mine, I try to keep it as simple as possible. That way, if I want to get stock parts from the junkyard, I still can. And it's like as if we never did anything except for took off the bumper. Disconnect those lights. I'm not sure if they'll work, but you know, that fuck with this. With what I shall do. And again, the car doesn't have to be super clean. It's going to be something I want to drive and drift and beat on. It has to look decent. I hope that's what you guys think. Decent. I'll probably be taking this bumper off again, but right now. Let's get her on. Oh, I didn't think about it. So now I don't have the. That's what I didn't think about. I don't have a support for the little middle part now. probably still falling. See, we'll have to figure out something for that now. We'll have to start all over. I can hear it. I can say. Good tires are life, guys. What life? The lifeline of a lazy tech. Lazy X tech. Obviously, I'll have to be more when I actually start driving these cars. This car, right now, this is a good temporary TT. Yeah, I don't know why this one fits so differently than the other side, but it's just the most challenge. I'll tell you what, Jenny. Fiberglass fenders, super annoying. I'd rather stock fenders all day. And no, I will not trade you my fiberglass ones for some stock. Good enough. Yeah, good enough. Let's sizzle. Can't even tell. And I mean, I can. Good lay there. Should just sit. You know? Just sit. set fan. I probably could do it. Or just for shits and giggles. It probably looks so stupid. You guys get to see me do it. Try again. Looks good. Actually surprised. Don't gotta be fake paint, it's gotta be on. Alright. Now we pretty much got everything back together. Bumper on. Whatever you call this. That's on. Intercooler. Headlight supports. New turbo. All the stuff I took off the back. Except for the fans. We'll figure that out. Like probably when we get the other radiator, or once we finally get the hose so we can extend this. Just to move it back a couple inches. We have space.
for the fans. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna modify the stock fans to do the push type thing, but we'll figure it out. But all right, let's do the last part of the stream. Oh, I didn't even realize the charger fell off. Well, nobody's been viewing, but this nice 2-hour long video. You guys got to watch me take out the old turbo, put in the new, so you got to see the whole process of what it would have probably took to install a turbo on one of these front mount kits if you ever needed to replace your turbo. Turbski right there. Like I said, now we got wiggle room. Before it was like right against it, as you could tell from the marks on the radiator. We'll extend that hose. Everything here is hooked up. Everything down there is hooked up. It's really actually kind of a clean setup with the bumper too. At least that's how I like it. I get to see the pipes. I don't really care to see the actual intercooler itself, but I do get to see it, so that's cool. I feel like it hangs a little lower on this side than it does on that side, but we'll figure out everything later. So let's just get to it. So the other thing I needed to install, I never took a video of, oil pan spacer. Hooked up everything back for the oil cooler just like it was prior. It's still the non-thermostatic, so oil will run constantly versus waiting until it gets to a certain temperature and then running. I don't want to do that when I'm on track. Wastegate will probably be one of the next parts that comes out. This is where I have the exhaust section was welded. But yeah, you can see the intercooler piping running up here. And it doesn't really touch anything, and we can always kind of use like zip ties or make brackets or something to pull it away further, especially once we, like I said, move the radiator enough. And then I'll figure out something for like the support for the radiator just to make sure that it doesn't move around too much. Yeah, so let's get to the exhaust portion. This is the hardest part to like take a video of. But so basically, headers, this pipe to right here is where I had it like cut and welded the flex pipe in. So I ordered like a flex pipe, and then from there I had cut. So basically the section that would go up and it would connect to right here, which I have closed off. I have like a V-band close off thing on there, so that's good. Basically I cut it here, and then we just basically turn the pipe and put it right into this little U-shaped pipe that comes from the other header. I'm gonna try to show it. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. But yeah, that U-shaped pipe comes down, and this is the pipe that goes into, I can't tell because somebody's calling me right now, but if I could, well, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this pipe goes down into the turbo. So basically both exhaust points meet into the same pipe, come down into the turbo. You'll see it goes to the wastegate and then up to the turbo itself. So it's actually not that difficult. You just have to have some little bit customizing. I got my, like I said, GK ankle kit in. I'll need the alignment and everything when I get done. I still want to get camber arms. And since I had to tow the vehicle a few times to move back and forth, I had to because nobody wanted to tow it because it was slammed. Which is fine with me, because once I get those camber arms, it'll lower it quite a bit. So I think this is the conclusion of our video, guys. Happy to have you guys along. This will be posted as a video pretty soon. All right, catch you guys on the next part.